It is widely believed that the class background of any intellectual contributes a lot to his thought process and towards the formation of his ideology and his thinking. And some people believe that there is a connection between the two. And like Zeno and Plato, they were both Greek, but it is believed that Plato was from aristocratic family of Greece, and therefore he considered slave to be incomplete form of human being. While Zeno, according to some historian, he was comparatively from less privileged class. Some people believe that he was not as rich as Plato. He considered slavery to be inhuman. So this is how, and some people also talk about various philosophers like Hegel, and when he was attached with the ruling elite, his ideas got transformed, and this happened to many intellectuals in the world as well. Anyway, Plato had talked about an ideal state, and he had presented this concept of aristocratic communism, whereby he deprives the ruling elite of children, wedding, matrimonial life, or and property. And his entire philosophy is based on assumption. He thinks that some people have a tendency to be influenced by desire. Some people have a tendency to be influenced by courage, and some people have love for wisdom. And he gives another example whereby he supposes that God has put gold into the heart of some people, and silver into others, and iron still the others. So those who have the love for wisdom, they are the ones who should be ruling over his ideal state. Those who are inspired by courage, they should be warrior, and those who are inspired, those who are sort of slave of their wishes or desires, they should be the one who should be on the bottom layer of social stratification. They should be doing the rest of the work, like farming, like toiling and other things. Some people believe that since Plato, when he was young, he visited Egypt. He also visited Italy, and there are people who claim that he may have gone to India, and basically he may have learned it from Hindu philosophy, whereby you have four castes, with the Brahman being superior, Kshatriya being the warriors, Vaishyas being the traders, and the Shudras, they are on the bottom layer of social stratification. But instead of having four classes in the aristocratic class, in the aristocratic communist state of Plato, which is the ideal state, there are three classes. Those who have love for wisdom, they should be trained to be the rulers, and the warriors would be the junior partner, and the third class would be those who were influenced by their desires and wishes, so they would be the common folk. And he said that as soon as a child is born, he would be taken away in his ideal state, and he would be brought up in a certain environment, and he would not know who is his mother and who is his father. In that way, he would consider all men as his father and all women as his mother. And there he would be given an extensive training that includes geometry, philosophy, mathematics, music. And he believes that if you give physical training to the future ruling elite, it will harden their body. And if you give them music training, it will soften their body. And with the combination of soft and hard, there would emerge a moderate personality. And his ideal state is also based on the concept of justice. And concept of justice basically states that everyone should be doing what he is naturally fit for. So, and this is where he assumes that some people are born and they have the love for wisdom. Some people have courage, and the mass majority is the slave of its own wishes. So therefore they should be condemned to a sort of life of toiling, trading, farming and all those things. All the manual works have to be done by this class. If we closely observe this structure, it's very close to like philosopher kings or the sagacious personality that he talks about. They are more or less like Brahmins. The warriors, they are like Kshatriyas of Hindus class, and the last two Hindu classes have been lumped together in one class in Plato's Republic. Why does he want his ruling elite not to have this property and children? Because he thinks that if you have children, you would accumulate property for them. Love of children and love of property will corrupt ruling elite. So therefore, he does not want his ruling elite to be corrupted. Why does he think that only philosophers should rule? Because he thinks that they are the only creatures, or they are the only people who could trace the truth, who have a desire to search for the truth. Basically, he has taken this concept from Socrates, who believes that only philosophy is philosophy is meant to search for the truth, and philosophers are capable of searching for the truth. So since they are capable of searching for the truth, they should be in a position to rule over the country. And he cites an example that if you if your animal has fallen sick, you would like to go to a doctor. Similarly, if you have been facing any other problem, you would go to the concerned person. So when the entire society is suffering from some ill, it can only be cured by someone who knows the art of ruling. An art of ruling would be known by someone who has desired to know, who strives to know the truth. And since philosophers are capable of searching for the truth, they should be the ones who should rule over it. From where did Plato take these ideas? Some people believe that during the time of Plato, there used to be city-state, with the Sparta in Athens being superior and being more powerful, and Plato was from Athens, while the type of system that he's talking about already existed in Sparta. So in Sparta, they used to have the sort of military training that he is talking about, and he must have been influenced by Sparta, because Sparta defeated Athens in wars. So this greatly influenced him. And Plato did not have any love for democracy, and he in fact hated democracy, and it could be because of the fact that under a democratic government, Athens lost a war to Sparta, and his beloved mentor and teacher Socrates was handed down death penalty by the democratic government. So he did not like that. Many of the ideas of Plato may not be relevant today, but if we look at especially his points about property and children, it is true that many people, especially people from the ruling elite, they accumulated a lot of wealth for their own kids. Look at the history of the world, look at the history of various countries, and you will find that naturally, if the rulers have children, they have accumulated a lot of money for them. But his other ideas may not be workable, because we are living in a democratic age where adult franchise is very important, and where the rule by the people is very important. Therefore, some of his points could be incorporated in modern ideas, but the rest should be discarded.